Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about the ownership trap of America, why we are no longer looking to live the American dream.
Yeah, we have owned houses in America for most of our married life, from our 20s up until our 40s. And after we sold our last house, we started traveling the world and realized owning a house really isn't the best use of our money. And as you get older and start to age, it becomes less and less of a good idea. So we're going to break down what we've seen and tell you some things that frankly are going to blow your mind about aging in America versus aging overseas. And we're going to break that all down for you. So, it used to be that when we were younger, you could buy a house, you could buy a car, and you owned that. And then there weren't really a lot of other costs associated with it. But as we've gotten older, those costs have started to rise, and nobody was happy with you just owning something outright. They still are extracting money from you in the form of property taxes, which now average $200 a month, HOA, which averages $170 a month, or car insurance, which averages $300 a month. I'd like to hear what those costs are in your area, if they're lower or higher than that, but that's basically the U.S. average. And we saw those rise over and over throughout the years.
Yeah, it's just crazy because that was kind of the big allure of owning something in the US, either owning your home outright or owning your car outright, but you can't just do that and just own it. They still, like you said, find ways to creep in and still get money from you, extract that money from you, even though you already own the item. So it's just really challenging thinking how much that's changed and how much it's gone up over the years.
And how much it's going to continue to go up. Then you factor in services that maybe you don't need now, but you will need in the future, which is like a home cleaning. That's averaging around $150 per cleaning in the United States. Again, I know before we left the U.S., we were paying a little more than that in Atlanta, and it had just gotten so high that the monthly bill on that was getting to be ridiculous. And now let's talk about what happens when you move out of that house and you get into some type of assisted living facility. Those costs on average are looking at $4,000 per person, or $8,000 for a couple. That's just in an average area. Again, I'd like to know what you found in your area that to be. A lot of people are seeing costs of $10,000, $12,000 a month for two people to live out an age in America.
It's really quite astounding when you think about that and the gravity of how high those numbers are for you're living out, towards the end of your life. And it's like, how do those costs go up so much in that time frame, literally, taking what you've got left for that time.
Exactly. They're going to take what you've earned and that was supposed to be left for your inheritance to your kids, and they're going to take it and it's going to go to a corporation and they're going to be left with nothing. And so we're looking to fight that. We've been looking to fight that now for many years. That's one of the reasons that we started this whole lifestyle, was because the way people are getting older in America just does not make sense anymore. It should not be that expensive. Frankly, we're getting ripped off, and it's astounding that we're letting people do that to us. So there is a better way, there's a different way, but you have to investigate it when you're in your 40s or your 50s or your 60s, because if you get to your 70s or 80s or 90s, you're not going to want to do it. You're not going to try to find out about it then. So you got to do it now. You got to do it when you're younger. And we're going to introduce you to one of many places today. This is just one place that we have found that we actually know people, have friends that live here, that own property here. And we're going to tell you their experience. And this is a place in Thailand, but again, this could be Vietnam. This could be a lot of places. There's a place there called Sunshine Living. This is Sunshine Terra, which we're talking about here. And the concept is you can buy a house. You buy either a villa or an apartment, or it can be like a 2-bedroom in like a hotel. Basically a really nice assisted living facility. You buy it cash, and then before you need to move into it, you can rent it out, and you can rent it out to, they rent it out for you, you keep some of the money, and then when it's time for you to move in, you will move in, and you get all these services that come along with it. So let's go over a few of the services that go with it, because these are pretty crazy. I'll let you start with some of these here.
All right, well, the first one is there's an emergency telephone in their room. So basically a way of reaching them at any time should you have an emergency. You've got that in your room. The next one is that they have medical professionals, again, on call 24 hours. And then, of course, AED trained staff. So all that medical stuff taken care of. And then you've got your daily checks at the clinic.
Yeah, now this is crazy because daily health check, and I'll read what it says right from their website. Our medical professionals are there to give you a daily health check and to chat about anything that is on your mind about your health. Peace of mind is important. That's crazy. Okay, then they do monthly blood sugar checks for you. They do 3 monthly cholesterol and triglyceride blood checks. This is like full service medical facilities here. Then they've got the bedding changed 1 time per week and twice weekly cleaning of the apartment or house. So that right there is twice weekly. In the United States, that would cost you $150 per cleaning. That is, quick math on that, that's like $1,200 a month worth of cleaning. Okay, that's crazy.
But there's more.
Then there's more. They've got monthly complimentary afternoon tea parties and cocktail parties, as well as barbecue parties. That sounds pretty good to me.
Yes, and then they also do have a delivery service to your room, like kind of like room service type situation where you order and then, you know, they'll bring it to your room. They also have bus service, like a free shuttle bus that will take you either to the city or to the beach, which is not that far away. These are short drives from this particular place. They also have golf cart pickup if you need to get to the pool or anything like that around the property. Again, you can use your phone from your room, contact them, say I need to be picked up. They come pick you up, so you don't have to walk anywhere.
Yeah, access to computers, business lounge, Wi-Fi, cable TV, swimming pool, whirlpool, fitness centers. They've got restaurants, bakeries, spas, fitness centers. Includes the garden maintenance, pool cleaning, waste disposal, help with getting your health insurance set up, and they even take care of your visa reporting for you. So it is, to say full service, you know, it's crazy. So
yeah, and that last one, the 90-day visa reporting is a pretty big deal because you would have to have a visa agent. Most people have a visa agent who do that for them, and as you get older, you know, that's going to be more challenging. You can do it yourself, but as you get older, you don't want to have to haul down to, you know, the immigration office and do your 90-day reporting. They'll do it for you at this place, which is really kind of crazy that they'll take care of something like that.
Okay, so you can buy one of these places, which is what our friend did, or you can just go there and rent one out. And as long as you're renting for more than 3 months at a time, you can get a monthly rate on what it costs there, just like you would do at an assisted living in the U.S., where you're paying $4,500 per person. You're renting it out on the month, basically. They have a price here for 2 people. I'd like to know what you think it is before this is at a beautiful place down. How much do you think it is? I'm going to tell you here in just a minute. Put your guesses in the comments now, though, before I give you the total. Because this is a thing that can change your life if you figure this kind of thing out before you become 80 years old and you realize this is someplace I like, someplace I'm comfortable, someplace I'm familiar, and I can do this. And that's why we spend so much time in these places. Okay, the price. For 2 people, to have this basically assisted living with all this medical, all the cleanings, $1,200 worth of cleanings in U.S. prices, the total price is $1,094 per month. That's not for the extras, that's for the unit. And all the stuff that goes with it. It's $1,100. That is absurd, After you do that, all you have to pay for is your food, which is, it's Thailand.
Minimal. It's minimal.
This is doable, way less than $2,000 a month, probably $1,500 a month, and that's the part that we find so crazy, is that people are paying $8,000, $10,000, $12,000 per month, and they're basically taking everything they've earned over the course of their life, and they're using it on an assisted living facility in the last 2 years of their life. And it's not what they wanted. It's not what we want. We want whatever money we've earned to go to our kids. And people say, well, but you have to live in Thailand. We would say, no, but you get to live in Thailand.
That's it.
Because the other thing is, you've heard the stories. You've heard how in America these assisted living facilities are not staffed well. Let's be frank about this. The people are underpaid. There's too many people in there, and a lot of them, they're overworked, and it's not a high level of care. You know what this is in Thailand? This is a good job. This is a great job, and they're staffed by the best people. And in general, Thailand is a land of smiles. The people are just so nice that your quality of care is going to be exponentially higher than it would be in the US, and they're just going to take good care of you.
Yeah, if you put this side by side, if there even was a place that offered this, put this side by side, if there was a place like this in exact comparison in the US. Mind you, we talked about daily health checks and the blood check, your blood sugar and all those types of things. Let's say all of that is included in there. You wouldn't even come close to the price comparison here. It's just, the disparity is so huge between these. It really is kind of mind-boggling. The more we dive into it and look at it for ourselves, the crazier this gets. We keep saying, oh my goodness, look at these numbers to this new place that I just found. And, recently found out about this place, which, like we said, we've got friends who have already purchased, units at these places. And it's just amazing to me because, like I said, you get to live in Thailand. It's actually a great place to live. And when you think about it, visitors wise and that kind of stuff, it's still someplace that's easily reachable. I mean, yeah, it's a flight, it's a long flight, but if someone wants to come and visit you, they can do that. It's not like it's impossible. You probably get the same number of visits even possibly as you would if you were in a place in the US. It really just depends. But that price difference is so huge that it makes it really much easier to make that decision.
Yeah, and I think just for us too, the level of care that you'll end up with. You know what you don't see in Thailand every 15 minutes on TV is a commercial saying, has your loved one been abused in a nursing home? Because that's not what happens there. That's not their culture. That's not how they do business. They don't understaff places like that and put people that are underpaid in the jobs. These are good jobs, and you're going to be taken care of. And it's a completely different thing. So, the more we've looked into this, the more we've looked into home ownership, coming back to the States. We're in the States right now. We've been looking at the prices. It's gone crazy. For a lot of people, there's no exit ramp in America anymore to quit working and to have a retirement, and then to also have the ability to age well and gracefully. And we've been looking at that and saying, and also to be able to leave an inheritance to your kids. It would take millions and millions and millions of dollars to do all those things. And most of us don't have millions and millions and millions. But this is a way that it can be done. And it's a good way, frankly, as we've been looking at it and we've been talking to the people who have already bought into this, it's a better way. And it's something that is very interesting.
Yeah, it's basically a way out or around the rat race of, at the rate that the numbers are going, you're going to have to work until you're 75 or 80. And when you're done, it's basically just to be taken care of, and the money that you worked for is just going to go into, your $10,000 to $12,000 a month that you're going to have to pay for your, assisted living situation. It just makes no sense whatsoever. This way, you're able to enjoy those great years in between. Do your retirement or early retirement, and then you can enjoy those years in between until you need to get to that assisted living stage. But you do have to get out there and experience it and kind of know for yourself, hey, I could live here. This is amazing. If you don't go out and discover it for yourself, you're never really going to know.
Yeah, that's the key. Do that while you're young. Do that while you still can. There are tons of these places popping up. There's 4 more of these being built in Thailand just right now alone. I know they're popping up in some other countries as well. Guys, we just want you to know that there are options, that there is not just one path. That path that you were being told is the path may not be the path. It's not the path for us. It may not be the path for you. There may be a better path, because we want more than what we're seeing people are getting. We're seeing what people are getting for their money, and it's not enough. It's frankly ridiculous, and there's a better way out there. So hopefully this has been helpful to you. If it was, please give us a like, subscribe to the channel for more content. We're going to keep looking and thinking outside of the box on this and bring you more ideas that might help you down the road.